everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel, or if you are new here, welcome to Handbag Angels. So today it's a bit of a different video. I know in pretty much every one of our YouTube videos we usually were talking about a particular bag, reviewing it, doing what fits inside it and stuff like that. But today we wanted to do a bit of a different video because we were discussing as a team that do people actually know what a handbag liner is, or like a handbag organiser? Do all of the men, women, all the people out there who use luxury not even luxury, a handbag, do they know what a handbag organiser / liner / insert actually is, and why is it so important? So that is what I wanted to talk to you about today. So if you haven't seen a handbag liner, whatever you want to call them, there's so many different names for them. We tend to call them a handbag liner or sometimes organiser. We don't really use the word insert. But if you don't know what it looks like, then this is a standard organiser which sits inside a handbag. Now this particular one is for the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. We sell so many of these, which is understandable because the bag itself is quite slouchy. Well, when it's stood up it's quite slouchy, and with our organiser inside, which makes such a huge difference not only to the organisation but to the structure of the bag itself. So yeah, this is literally a standard organiser / liner. They come in so many different shapes, sizes. Honestly, our range of liners, we nearly have 200 different sizes now, and that is for big bags, small bags, round bags, literally anything. So I'm going to start off by telling you why you need one. A lot of people do believe that the only sole purpose of a handbag organiser is to organise your handbag, which, yeah, it is a very big important factor of them, but there are actually so many other purposes for them. Number one, like I've already said, to organise. It's so much better to have an organised bag than a messy bag, especially if you're on the go quite a lot, you're rummaging for all your things. It's so much easier to just know where everything is and to actually be able to see them. So as you can see, our handbag organisers come with pockets, makes things a lot easier. We do also have them with things like key straps, so if you just need to grab your keys, you can literally grab the key strap and they're there. Bottle holders, to make sure that if you've got a cup or cup or a bottle inside your bag, it's not going to be tipped over at the bottom of your bag. It will just be sat here. This one hasn't got a bottle holder, but it would just be sat there, stood up in your bag. So yeah, an organised bag is always better than an unorganised bag. Not only for making life easier, it just looks a lot nicer as well. Number two, so not a lot of people actually think about this reason, but if you have a handbag that is quite dark inside, and a good example for this one is the Louis Vuitton Speedy. Now I know the interior of them is mostly red, that lovely dark red colour, but because of the zip opening, the access inside is quite restricted. Now if you have a handbag liner inside that is a lighter colour than the bag's interior itself, it's going to be so much easier to see inside there when there's not much light actually getting into the bag anyway. So we have so many bright colours, like New Teddy is a good example actually. This one is New Teddy. It's just a lovely light shade of nude. We've also got some a bit more crazy colours like golden yellow, that is literally the brightest yellow you could think of. We've got mandarin orange, we've got scarlet red. Now if you didn't want to go too far from the actual colour of the interior itself, you could just go for like a lighter shade of red or something like that. But yeah, brightening the inside is always important because again, it just makes it so much easier to find what you are looking for. Number three, I would say that it's so important to have a liner or an organiser inside your bag to give the bag some structure and support, like I've already mentioned briefly about the Neverfull. Now if you're paying hundreds and if not thousands of pounds for a brand new or second-hand luxury handbag, then the last thing you want is for the leather or whatever material it is to be flopping over when you are popping the bag down and it's just stood up, say, I don't know, on your desk, and it's flopping over because it is so full. Or in fact, even if it's empty, in fact, emptier bags do flop over more than full bags. And the last thing you want is for them to be creasing, and just, it's really not good for the bag itself. Not only is it going to look a little bit rubbish, no offence. I mean, some people do like the slouchy look, but when it's literally tipping over, like it can do in some bags, it just doesn't look great. And like I've said, it's not good for the bag itself. If you were ever going to think of possibly selling the bag in the future, I know a lot of bags are an investment nowadays, then the resale value will drop if the leather or the Okay, I've popped the book back up. That really shocked me. It didn't hurt, but it was just a shock. I didn't see it coming, not even in the camera. Anyway, what was I saying? So if you are going to be selling the bag in the future, the resale value will be higher if there are less creases in the leather, or the less creases in the canvas, whatever material it is going to maintain the quality if you have an insert or a liner inside there, propping it up and just supporting the bag and giving it some structure. They are also a good thing to have in your bags when you're not using them, when they're just in storage. Again, if you're not using your bags and you've got nothing inside them, there's nothing there to support them, especially, like, I know I keep referring to the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, but it is such a good example. I think it's £1,000 and it is literally made out of canvas. And canvas it's not exactly thick canvas, it's not going to stay up by itself, it's just going to flop. So having a handbag liner inside, not only going to give it structure when you're using it, but also when you are not using it. Again, I'm just going to take it off. Okay, and the fourth reason why you need a handbag liner / organiser, I think this is the most important one. We definitely do here at Handbag Angels. That's why we have such a huge range of organisers. We don't just do the liners for big bags which need organising or that need support. We literally do them for any shape or size, any bag, no matter how sturdy or slouchy it is, because this is such a big factor of why you might need a handbag, well, why you do need a handbag organiser. So we do have liners as small as this and even smaller than this. This one is, I think off the top of my head, I think it's for the Super Mini Gucci Marmont flat bag, and that is a tiny bag if you've seen that one, but we still do liners for it purely because of this reason. Again, you're paying hundreds, if not thousands of pounds for a designer bag. The last thing you want is when you're using it, you've got your makeup inside, maybe hand sanitizer, especially at this moment in time. The last thing you want is for things to be spilling inside your bag and marking that really valuable interior. And like I said, if you're going to sell it in the future, having a marked interior is going to decrease the resale value, like it definitely will. So by having our handbag liner inside, such as this one, even if you've got the smallest bag ever and you just think, well, what's the point in having an organiser in that bag? There is a really big point to it, because anything that does spill or mark or whatever, it could be a pen could mark the inside of your bag, it's going to mark the liner and not the bag itself, which is just obviously miles better than having a marked bag. And our liners are actually machine washable, so even if you do mark them, you can pop them in the washing machine and it's fine. We not too long ago posted a video, or I think it was a picture, on our Instagram about the Prada re-edition, which has obviously been such a big popular bag this year, so obviously we created some liners for it. And somebody commented, I think it was something along the lines of basically saying that the insert for the Prada bag was pointless, because the Prada bag is, well, we have the leather one, so it's a very sturdy bag, maybe not so much with the nylon ones, they're a bit more slouchy obviously, but we have the leather one which doesn't need any support at all, because the leather is so just really good quality and it just doesn't need that extra support. It's a very sturdy shape, it's not going to flop. If you've seen the bag, you'll know what I mean. And somebody commented, oh, it's a bit pointless. Well, for this prime reason, it's not pointless, because that bag, I think £1,000 again, near that mark anyway. And if you're gonna not use a liner in it, then you're gonna spill things, you're gonna mark the inside, and it's just not what you want. You can't just pop your really expensive bag in the washing machine and hope for the best. So yeah, 4 big reasons we've spoke about there for why you would need a handbag organiser / liner / insert. Honestly, there's so many different names for them, whatever you want to call them. So organisation in bigger bag, in any bag really, because even our liners that are this small have pockets in. The majority of our liners have a pocket, unless they're like really too small for a pocket, like the Louis Vuitton key pouch liner, that is about this big and it's just really thin as well. That doesn't have a pocket in because it just wouldn't really be possible. But the 95% of our organisers have pockets, so even if it's the smallest bag ever, not every designer handbag comes with internal pockets. So by adding our liners, you've got that bit more extra organisation, bit more different ways of separating your belongings, and yeah, it is still organising pretty much every bag. Second reason why you need one, brighten the inside. Like I mentioned, the speedy bag being very restricted access, meaning not much light gets in, you're proper digging around. Having a liner to perhaps brighten the interior is such a big help. Another bag which is quite dark inside, which I have already mentioned, is the Prada re-edition. Ours as well, we have the black leather, and literally because the zip opening is so restricted with the leather being so structured, you can hardly see anything inside. It's literally pitch black. So we actually have in ours, to go against the black interior, is a mandarin orange liner. It's literally like brighter than Hermes orange, so it's literally so much easier to see everything. And again, even though that bag is quite small, our line has a pocket in, the actual bag itself doesn't have any pockets. Reason number 3, to give your bag some support, to make it look a lot better, and just to maintain the quality of the bag, the material of the bag. The last thing you want is any nasty like leather creases and marks and stuff like that. And the most important reason, sorry, I'm just going over these quickly again, is to protect that inside from stains, spills, marks, literally anything. So we hope this has given you a bit more information almost on what handbag liner is, organiser, whatever you want to call them. Like I've showed you two here, and look at the big difference in size of those two. Like that just shows the huge range of liners that we have. We do try to make as many as we possibly can. We do have quite a few like additional extras to our liners, so I'll quickly talk you through those. I mean, there isn't any in this one. I thought it would be simpler to show you the standard liner in this video rather than getting everybody confused with all the add-ons, the extras and stuff like that. So anything that I talk about from now doesn't come in the standard liners, you have to add those on. So the first two I have already spoke about. The majority of our liners, depending on the size of them, you can add a key strap or a bottle holder. They're zip top, so on liners such as this one for the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, obviously if you've seen this bag, which I'm sure many of you have, it is open, it's an open tote, so having that zip top attached to the liner gives you that extra security. And how these work is our very talented seamstress attaches a strip of Velcro here and here. Did I just point to that side? I can't remember what I just did, but on both sides you have a strip of Velcro. The zip itself is then felt, 2 sides of felt with a zip down the middle, and on each side of the felt is a strip of Velcro, so it attaches via Velcro. You can remove it whenever you want. Initials on them, well, yeah, the majority of our liners you can add initials. So some of our listings on our website have the option already on the listing, and some bags don't, but what you can do is just search on our website at the top in the search bar, just search initials, and you can then add initials to any liner that you want from there. That just gives it that personal touch, especially if it was for a gift, which we were saying yesterday, a handbag liner is such a good gift for somebody, especially at Christmas, birthdays, because it's so like thoughtful, because who would actually think to buy themselves that, unless you knew what handbag liner was, which, like I've already said, the majority of people probably don't who carry bags around. Something that is a bit more what we're known for our liners is built-in base shapers. Now, I know I keep talking about these two bags, but the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, the Louis Vuitton Speedy, they can both sag quite a lot at the bottom. So what we have come up with is this one doesn't have one in, like I've already said, this is just a standard liner. But what our seamstress is able to do is take this piece of sturdy like acrylic material, place it inside the liner at the bottom, so then the liner will effectively have, well, it does effectively have a hard base, so that when you've got it inside your bag and your bag is literally full to the brim, it's not going to sag at the bottom. And like I've said, it's so important to give your bag that support. So yeah, that is something that we are more known for, having our built-in base shapers. The reason why we make them built-in as well is so that if the material was just sat in the bottom of your bag, the sturdy material, it'd be at risk of scratching the interior, even ripping the interior, so that is why we have closed them into our felt. Again, built-in base shapers are available on the majority of our liners. If you're looking at a liner on our website and you can't see the option to add a base shaper, do just email us or whatever, because we are always looking to add new options to every single liner. It might just be a liner that we've not thought of adding a base shaper to. We do also have plans, maybe in the next few days, to create some base shapers which are removable. They will still be enclosed in the felt, so this is a full-on sneak peek. We haven't announced this anywhere else before yet, as of yet. But yeah, we are thinking of adding some removable base shapers as well, which will still be completely safe to use inside your bag. They're not going to damage your bag at all. We just thought it'd be good to have the option to have removable and non-removable, possibly removable for people who don't want a full handbag liner / organiser themselves. They just want the base of the bag to be supported. Okay, so I think I've covered more or less everything in this video about handbag liners and handbag organisers. Can't think of anything else I need to add. But yeah, if handbag liner is something you'd be interested in, do just take a look at our website. We have, like I said, nearly 200 sizes for so many bags. Like, honestly, the list is just endless. If you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, that would always be appreciated. We are trying to grow our YouTube a bit. We do a lot more on Instagram and Facebook, but we are trying to get out there on YouTube a bit more. We've also recently started TikTok. Now, if you could all follow us on TikTok as well, that would be really great. Our username is handbag_angels, and then our Instagram name is just handbag angels. So if you could follow us, share us, whatever it is you can do, that would be greatly appreciated. And we hope to see you in the next video.